Alright, so today we'll be doing Riemann sums. And Riemann sums are just an estimate as to find the area between two certain points, such as between the estimate between 0 and 20. How you would do this is either by left hand, right hand, middle, or trapezoidal. And we will start with left-hand Riemann sums. To do a left-hand Riemann sum, you would have to take the two numbers here, subtract them from one another, and then multiply it from the one below the left number. So, for this example, it would be 4 minus 0 times 55.0 plus 9 minus 4 times 57.1 plus 15 minus 9 times 61.8 and then 20 minus 15 times 67.9. And this is the equation that you would get. And once you simplify that, you get 220 plus 285.5 plus 370.8 plus 339.5, and your answer would be an estimate, which is 1,215.8. Now I'll be showing you right-hand Riemann sums. Now right hand and left hand are actually pretty similar. The only difference is that you'll now be multiplying the number times the one that's underneath the right number. So for here, the example would be 4 minus 0 times 57.1. Then you would have 9 minus 4 times 61.8. Then you'd have 15 minus 9 times 67.9. And here you would have 20 minus 15 times 71.0. This is different in that the fact that you're not using this number as you would in the left hand, and you are using this number, which you would not use with left hand. And this is still an estimate for the area between 0 and 20. This is the equation that you would get once you did all that. And that simplifies to 228.4 plus 309 plus 407.4 plus 355, and you would get the answer of 1,299.8, which is similar to the left-hand Riemann sum.
Now I will be showing you the midpoint Riemann sum to estimate the area under the fx curve. The midpoint Riemann sum is the least accurate method, but it is the easiest. So first of all, to do the Riemann sum, you take every other point on the x-axis and subtract them. So for the first example, it would be 9 minus 0, and then you would multiply it by the fx point. So it would be 9 minus 0 times 57.1, which is right here. Then you move over to the next set and you go from 9 to 20, so you subtract 20 minus 9, and then you multiply it by the 67.9 as the f of x point. So you got 20 minus 9 times 67.9. And then when you add these up, you get 1260.8, which is the answer for the midpoint Riemann sum. Last but not least is the trapezoidal Riemann sum. To do this, you have to know the area of a trapezoid. So 1/2 times h1 plus h2 times the base is the formula for the area of a trapezoid. And this would be your h1, this would be h2, and this is the base. So to estimate the area under the curve of f of x from 0 to 20, you would take 1/2 times h1, which is the f of x for the first part, plus h2, which is the next one over, or 57.1, and then you would multiply it by the difference between these two numbers, or the base. So that would look like 1/2 times the quantity of 55 plus 57.1 times 4 minus 0, which is 4. And for the next one, you would do 1/2 times the quantity of 57.1 plus 61.8 times the difference between 9 and 4, which is 5. And for the next one, you would do 1/2 times 61.8 plus 67.9 times the difference between 15 and 9, which is 6. And finally, you would do 1/2 times the quantity of 67.9 plus 71.0 times the difference between 20 and 15, which is 5. And then, when you simplify that, you get 224.2 plus 297.25 plus 389.1 plus 347.25, and your final answer would be 1,257.8, and that is the estimate for the area under the curve, under the f of x curve for the trapezoidal Riemann sum.